At CIRI, the Collective Intelligence Research Institute, our grail is to find out how human beings can collaborate like never before. We're really looking how is it possible to build economies where one side doesn't live at the expense of the other side. We're asking this question, is it possible to build global economies that are not based on competition, where one is always losing and then the other one is losing too, but economies that are based on mutualism? Everyone wins. If I ask this question from the corporate mindset, then this question would be something like, is it possible to create a product where everyone is satisfied? The market, the customers, the society at large, also the environment, and of course, the people who made this product. Is it just possible? From the philosophical, I mean, it may look very philosophical or maybe very theoretical to ask such a question, but from the Collective Intelligence Research Institute as researcher and from the corporate point of view, it breaks down into very, very pragmatic questions. And these questions are, how do we make a vessel? How do we make a collective that is able to make a perfect product? What kind of crew? What kind of technologies and methodologies do we need? And now here's some bad news. The bad news is that we don't know how to navigate in these unknown waters. We don't know how to do that. What we know is how to make competition, how to take something from someone at the expense of someone else. That we know. Now there is some good news, and here's the scoop, is that we have something, we have a clue, a compass to navigate in those unknown waters. And this compass is called the true, the good, and the beautiful. What is it about? Where does this come from? Well, a few months ago, the CEO of a consulting firm asked me, I explained this compass to him, and he said, wow, that's a great thing. Who's the consultant who invented that? Because we want to use it. And well, the consultant who invented this compass was so bright and brought so much contribution to humanity that we still speak about him 2,500 years after. And his name was Plato. So this is not really new. And you probably heard about the myth of the allegory of the cave from Plato, the very famous one. And what Plato was looking for, he knew that our physical senses give us access only to the surface of reality, not to what's underneath. And his question was, how can we access what is underneath? Is there some kind of compass that we could use? Let me take an example. The North Pole. I don't have any physical sense to feel where the North Pole is. But if I take this needle on a compass, then it's going to tell me something where the North Pole is. What kind of compass do we have that we can use to navigate? So what Plato was looking for, what he discovered, is this inner compass. And this inner compass works exactly like primary colors. You know, with cyan and yellow and magenta, you can recreate any kind of color on Earth. Well, he found out exactly the very same thing with beauty, goodness, and truth, which is what he called them, and we call them, primary values. From beauty, goodness, and truth, we can derive any value system on Earth today. Regardless the epoch, regardless the context, the culture, the way we make arts, the way we look at the world, it is always derived from beauty, goodness, and truth. And this is what Plato found out. And this is not the end of the story. More recently, linguists and researchers found out that beauty, goodness, and truth are part of our ontological structure. By this, I mean this is how we build a language of the world. It is inside us. This compass is inside us. The only thing is that we are not trained to look at it, to watch it. So we think it does not exist. It's something very theoretical. But if we start to listen to this compass, to look at it, then we can navigate and go where our physical senses can't tell us where to go. This is what Plato and further researchers found out. So let me go a little deeper, because what is beauty? What is goodness? What is truth? Let me begin with beauty first. Beauty in this context is not the word we're used to. You know, it's not about external criteria. What is beauty and what is not beauty? It's nothing about that. Beauty is connected to the first person, the I, because we are all born creators. We create. No matter where you come from in this world, give a pencil to a 2-year-old little child, and he or she will try and begin to draw something and to create beauty out of it. Give him stones or, thread or a piece of paper, he will try to build something beautiful out of it, regardless the cultural trends. So you see, this beauty is not about the external thing. It is about the inner genius that is inside of us. And when we are in this, connected to this inner child, this inner creator, then we are in a state of bliss. What can we really make if we are not in this state? We've heard Jael just a few minutes before. You feel the power of what it is. And this is exactly what beauty is about. It's not about the kind of music they play. It is about the beauty they create inside. That's this kind of beauty I'm talking about. Let's now look at goodness. And goodness is connected to the second person, the you. Why is that? Well, if I create something, it is you who are going to tell me, to give me a feedback about what it creates. It's not me to say, oh, it's good for everyone. It's the others. The you can be a person. It can be the society. It can be the forest next door. The forest, in nonverbal language, will tell me, is it good what you're doing for me or not? I will see the trees or the plants. They will tell me just the way they look. And truth is not about, again, any external thing. It's a direction. It is connected to the third person, the it, the reality principle. If I build a nuclear plant, is it going to resist to an earthquake, to a tsunami, or not? Reality principle will tell me. Did I make serious research before? Did I hide some truth? Yes or no? Well, someday, reality principle is going to strike back and tell me something. And it might be a very, very, very harsh lesson. So we can't do anything without truth. So you see, just looking at this very simple triangle, these three primary values, then I can see that I can use it in my own personal life, which I do. It's a personal practice. I use this compass every day, sometimes every minute. It's a fractal, it's about big things, but also very small things of everyday life. Is it what I'm doing right now? Am I in a reaction mode or in a creation mode? Am I just reacting to the world, trying to, survive or to, strike back? Or am I surfing the wave and enjoying it? It's a very different posture. Then I'm in a creative mode. Is it what I'm doing right now? Is it good? Not me to decide. Me to listen to what others can tell me. Listen what others tell me. And then they will tell me if it's good for them or not. Is it what I am doing right now? Is it true? Am I connected to facts? Am I a scientist in my mind? Am I learning and applying real techniques? Have I learned and practiced those techniques? This is about truth. So you see, in our private life, we do have inside ourselves, it's here, we feel it, it's physical. We have this inner compass. And now the question is, how can we bring it to a larger scale? And let me spiral again on this triangle from the society perspective. And at the society level, beauty is connected to arts. And goodness is connected to morality or ethics, whereas truth is connected to science. Arts, morality, science. We know about it. Let's spiral a little more and go into France. In France, liberté, égalité, fraternité. Liberty, equality, fraternity. the value system built into the Constitution is directly derived from that. Liberty is connected to beauty. Why is that? Because as a person, I have the freedom to create. I have the freedom to think. I have the freedom to believe what I want to believe. Whereas equality is connected to truth, not to goodness. Equality comes from the centuries of enlightenment, where philosophers found that, and scientists, they say, there is a reality out there. And that reality, in front of this reality, we're all equal. This is equality. And of course, fraternity is connected to goodness. So you see, again, we have this original value system embedded in our own constitution. Now, the question is, how do we apply that to the corporate world? So let's first take a look at the players in place. First, we have, in a company, we have a production unit, and we have the marketing, and we have the sales, then we have the R&D, and the management, and of course, we have customers in the external world, but also in the first place, we have producers, those who are going to grow plants, suppliers, and service providers. And let's not forget on the other side of the chain, the recyclers. Recyclers, they get this plastic bottle and they have to recycle it. And of course, we have the environment and the society at large. So here we have now a picture of all the players in place for what is it to make a product. Now here's the idea. Let's provide every one of these players a tool so that they can express, each and every one of them, their experience of what is true, good, and beautiful. So, you can see on the screen, doesn't look like what's on my slide. There's a little difference here, but you can see those three: in blue, beauty; in green, in yellow, goodness; and in magenta, truth. That everyone has a tool, an online tool, to express what is their experience of goodness. So, producers, for instance. I'm a producer, a local producer, and I'll be asked, what is your experience? Is there beauty in your life? And I can say, well, not much beauty because, these beautiful forests, we had to cut it to make, to harvest and do all these things. Okay. Is it good? Well, there's some goodness because now we have the school and healthcare and things like that. But still, money is coming, but it's also destroying our social fabric. Okay. Is it true? Not that true because we're not respecting the local ecological principles. Okay. We got a feedback, not a very good one. We got to take that into account. Whereas someone in marketing or sales may say, is it beautiful? Oh, yes, our product is the most beautiful on earth. It's fantastic. Buy it. Is it good? Of course it's good. Well, it's not really our problem. We have to sell it anyway. Is it true? Why don't you go ask in the R&D department? They will tell you. Okay? Well, okay, I could go on and ask every person, customers and recyclers and the society at large and the environment, just look at the forest or the land or the water and ask. What would a perfect product look like here in this picture? Something like this, where everyone's feedback is kind of going into the best possible. Of course, this is a utopia, but if we can build a product that has this kind of figure, then we're getting to the perfect product. Why? Well, first you won't have to worry how to sell it because it will sell by itself. Everyone is happy about this product, so we have to keep making it. And if there's no need to lie anymore or to make those stupid marketing campaigns, just be true. Truth will be your main force. And we will hear about that this morning. The last piece I want to share is about beauty. Usually you will hear in social media, on the internet, and also in your own company, all these things about corporate social responsibility, global warming, ecological footprint, and all these things. Boring. Boring because it obliterates one side of it, which is beauty. You turn yourself into problem-solving modes. People will, speak a lot about these technical things in the external world, but you're forgetting the other side of the equation, which is your inner beauty, the inner creation. So you don't want to be just in a reactive mode to the world or to problems. You also want to invite the creator inside of you. And then you have the triangle. You cannot make all colors with two primary colors. You need the three of them. This is the same thing. You will not be able to build something realistic just with corporate social responsibility kind of thing. You need to invite beauty and creation here. And I'm going to give you an example. An example in urbanism, a very different sector. Urbanism is always, so complex, problem-solving, pollution, neighborhood, and all these things. Here, I'm going to show you a picture, and it's made by a guy called Luc Schuiten. He's a Belgian engineer, a world-class engineer. He knows about truth. He knows about goodness. He's a builder, a real builder. But what he has introduced in his work is beauty. He has the three colors, the three primary colors. So look at it and get the feeling of it. And this. You see, in this world, we're not just building houses or buildings. We are growing them. You get a sense of the feeling here? There's a paradigm shift. And this is my invitation for you to go into this paradigm shift. So, we've seen that. Let's wrap it up. We've seen that. We have a compass. That's very good news. And now, here's the question. How are we going to use this compass in the cosmetics and perfume industry? I don't know. But together we know. And this is why this morning we're going to be inspired by wonderful keynote speakers. I'm one of them. And this afternoon, we will have this fabulous World Cafe where we will be able to use this compass. Thank you very much.